Transition. Hello, everyone. How are you doing, Mama? Transition. Hello, everyone. How are you doing, Mom? Transition. Fix
I'm doing all right.
the phone problem.
I'm doing all right. How are you tonight?
Doing all right. Yeah. Haven't really been up to too much. Yeah. I don't do that much that's interesting and exciting and worth sharing. What about you?
Not a whole lot. Went to the Covered Bridge Festival on Saturday
Cool.
down at Bridgeton.
Mm-hmm. How was that? Any exciting events there?
It was crowded, lots of people, very people-y.
Mm.
I did got a new T-shirt.
Cool.
As if I really need another T-shirt. Indiana wildflowers, native wildflowers.
Nice.
It's nice. I like it. The one that caught my eye was mushrooms, was the Indiana mushrooms, but they didn't have that in my size. All they had was, I think, some smalls, mediums, and 3Xs.
That's upsetting.
So it's either too tight or swimming.
Yeah. I don't know. I've always felt that T-shirts are similar to comfort items in that there is no such thing as too many. I guess you could wear too many, but usually people limit themselves to one. I guess maybe two or three if you want to like super layer. Like an undershirt, an overshirt, and then like a sweater or something. But like when it comes to like just owning lots of T-shirts, I personally very much like graphic tees, even if I generally just wear like simple shirts for this because my beard and hair and the blanket get in the way. But yeah, I don't know. Blankets and like other stuff, like people like the comfort items, and graphic tees I feel like fall into that category. I don't know, I could be wrong.
Well, like the ones I wear to work, which are either freebie shirts or super old.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them were freebie shirts. Or a lot of them were. A lot of them came from work.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 12 weeks worth, or well, work weeks. So because 4-day work week. So I think I have 12 weeks. And then like my other T-shirts that I wear, when I'm not working.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't count the couple that I have for like gardening and so forth that I don't care if they get yucky.
Mm-hmm.
Two. I might have like 120.
Like weeks worth, or just 120 shirts?
I think it's 120 shirts because let's see, there's stacks of 12.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's 8 in the closet, and then in the one closet and 2 in the other. Because I'm the one closet is kind of like the holding closet, and the other was like these are the next worn ones.
Mm-hmm.
But if I get new ones, they go on the stack of the one in the wear next ones.
Yeah.
So, and that doesn't count my Halloweenish type shirts that I wear from October, or the month of October.
Mm-hmm.
Which sometimes some of them will go into November because they aren't necessarily Halloween. They just have the spooky, because like Day of the Dead uh, is in November.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I have way too many T-shirts.
I don't know. I haven't been moved off of my position that there is such a thing as too many. I don't know. I mean, as long as you are happy with having them and have at least worn them once,
Except
that's
for a couple that are new. I mean, they've been through the wash, and
yeah.
because like the my newest one, since I do my laundry on Saturday,
Mm.
it was done after I got back, so it'll be on the top of the stack. So my newest ones get worn before my older shirts.
Yeah. That seems reasonable to make sure that you've worn them at least once. I've always found it a little silly when people purchase clothes and they're like, I wish I could like find the occasion to wear this, and then like never make an occasion or just like never wear it just because they're waiting for an occasion rather than just wearing it because they want to. I've always found that to be a bit silly.
I did get a shirt recently that I it's not my typical shirt. It's a button-up shirt. It's from Hawaii, so it's
Mm-hmm.
got like sea turtles, and it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I don't know when I would wear it. It's like, you know what? I can just toss it. It's a button-up shirt. I can just toss it on over a t-shirt, and here we go.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do with that. It'll just become an outer shirt. It probably won't ever be buttoned.
Mm-hmm.
It just goes on over the t-shirt. So
Just like some pockets, the buttons are decorative.
that's the majority of women's pockets.
Yeah. I think like back pockets are decorative pockets. I don't think those should be used because like if you sit down, then you're sitting on stuff. Um, but otherwise, like I think hip pockets should be functional, and the fact that women's clothes generally decided that hip pockets are not functional is a travesty.
Like my back pockets, if I'm in the store or something, and for like say I'm at the grocery store, and for the digital deals where you got to scan the little thing,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just throw it in my pocket instead of having to dig it in and out. Put it in the purse and take it out and put it
Yeah.
back, and then I'll stick it in my pocket for that. And the back pocket's the easiest one to slip that into.
Hmm. Yeah. If the back pockets are going to be used, they're like temporary pockets for like what you just mentioned. I guess I used my back pocket when I worked at Amazon to hold the
Box opener?
The box opener.
Yeah. I usually keep mine on the cart, but anyway. It's time to Sudoku.
Yep. All right. I have some food that I'm going to eat while we do Sudoku,
okay.
so I'm going to have my camera off while doing that. But the first puzzle we're going to do today is a city planning puzzle by Jane Street. We are not sponsored by Jane Street, unfortunately, but I still want to do their puzzle. So let's figure out how to do these. City planning. You're a city planner tasked with beautifying an 8-block square area of the city with trees, fountains, umbrellas, and boulders. Place 8 of each of these features, trees, umbrellas, and fountains, and boulders, into the city such that Each feature appears exactly once in each row and column of blocks. Features cannot be along a diagonal with themselves, nor a building. What? Nor on a building. Okay. Misinterpreted that. And now I gotta get this lined up with this thing again. That looks good enough. Okay. So, well, we know a fountain is going to end up in one of these two, because it has to be one in each row column.
Right.
Yeah, one in each row and column. And it can't be diagonal. So, we've got a fountain up here. Oh, this one ends up being a tree, because this tree sees all of those.
Now, would diagonals be? Is it just a diagonally adjacent, or is that along the entire diagonal line?
I think that's anti-queen rules. So I think it's the
Okay.
whole diagonal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It says along a diagonal.
Yeah.
Okay. So I did hear that right the first time. So. Okay. Column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an 8 by 8. So column 7. No, column 6. Excuse me. There are 4 things that have to go in those 4 empty spots.
Yeah.
Well, the bottom one cannot be fountain or tree.
Yeah.
It can be boulder or
umbrella.
The next one up
Could be a tree.
Yeah, could be a tree, but not an umbrella or a fountain. Okay.
Oh wait, this one can't be an umbrella. This one goes down one, down one, down one, down one, down one. So this one is
Oh,
actually
I was on the okay. I was on the wrong diagonal then. I have issues with diagonals.
The diagonals suck. So alright, well if there is another along this diagonal, it has to be a tree here. But we don't have to fill in the diagonals, so I probably shouldn't even consider that. But this is just nothing.
Right.
Because it sees everything. I'm having a hard time spotting limitations.
Yeah.
Like I know that this column needs stuff, and same as this one. But
right.
I mean, this one's heavily restricted because it can't be a tree or a fountain, but it can still be a boulder or an umbrella. That one could be a fountain or a boulder. That one could be all of the things except for the tree. Well, I know a fountain has to go in one of these two. And a fountain has to go in that one or that one. That doesn't feel limited enough. Okay, in this row, we've got a tree. I guess this is row 5. We've got a tree either on the left or right side of this building. Because it can't go in either of those two, and this one eliminates that spot. But there's still 2 options.
Right. All right. Top of column 6. We know that one of those two has to be a fountain.
Yeah.
If the top one's a fountain, then in column 8, that one's a fountain. How does that affect column 7? Because it wouldn't be able to go.
You could still have a fountain here in row 3. A fountain being here would eliminate these 3, but you could still have it in row 8.
Okay.
If we put it in row 2, that would eliminate all 3 of these. It's already removed from the middle here, as well as this one and that one. So it could only go in 6 or 8 if we put a fountain in row 2 of column 6. Maybe I should grab the Sudoku pad version because
then we can make pencil marks.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna grab the Sudoku pad version real quick. Okay. So we identified that we have to have a 2 here and a 4 here. We know that 3 is one of those 2. And we can't have anything here. None of those can be a 2. Turn off. Actually, conflict checker should be just fine. Now, this turns the 3 off of that one.
Top one can't be a 1.
Right. Then we look at this column. 1, 3, 4, 4, 4, and 3 is out. But just because it sees everything doesn't mean it has to be a 1.
Right.
This one
Directly
isn't a
below
1.
the 2 can't be a 3.
Now, neither of these can be a 3.
Right.
If that's 1, that's 2. We know something is in one of those 2 positions. This isn't a 2. We know something is here. The 3. This takes the 1 out. Well, I have to have 1 in one of those 2 positions, so that can't be a 1.
Right.
Spaces that are these 2 having to go here or here is practically useless because they don't share diagonals.
Right.
But then these 2 being 3 just means that can't be 3. But we already know that. Now we can't be a 2. But now we've got 2 and 3 spots. Three and 3 spots.
Column 5. Where all can 2's go?
Can't go there or there. Can't go there. This one rules it out of that one and that one. This one rules it out of there. So
okay,
the
it
fact
has
that
to
it
be
has
one
to
of
be
those two.
Takes it out of here, and it also takes it out of here, doesn't it? Because if it has to be one of those
Yes,
two,
because it would see both of those.
So we get ruled out of there, there. So if we get something like this, we get all of these. So it's like the rest of the column, but I guess it isn't impossible for these, because I get 2 ruled out of there and here. So that can't be a 2. Because it would see both of those. Which
Right.
that can't be because of that, and that rules out of those. So it has to be one of those 2.
Okay. So let's look at column 4. Where can 2's go in column 4?
This one takes that out and that out. This one rules out the top one and the bottom one.
And the 2 at the top of column that have to go at the top, one of those 2, rules out that one. All right, wait a minute, back up a second. So we just have the green highlighted in. Take out the first 3 columns there of green. All right.
And keep these 2 because you know those are ruled out.
Yeah, you can keep those 2. Right. If the top of column, if the cell 1 of column 5 is a 2, then it's just above there. That one gets eliminated. That one can't be a 2. It's on diagonal with the one at the top of.
Oh. Right. This one rules that one out. Then it would have to be that one, but that would rule that one out. So this one can't be a 2 because it would hit this one, making it that one. But this one rules out both of these, and this one rules that one out.
Okay, so now we can place a 2 in column 5.
And a 1 and a 3.
Well, I was talking column 5. That's column 6, but.
I mean, I guess we get column 6 as well for free. because because it had to be one of those two, and knowing it's not this one
Right.
gives us that one.
It had to be that one. Yeah.
But that
Okay,
now
so
that gives
column
us
1, the 2 in column 1.
Oh, right.
Two more 2s.
Not there, not there, not there, and not there. Can't be that one. Can't be that one. And
Follow the diagonal down from column 6. I guess you already did that. Okay.
this one grabs that one. Then those two are 2s. Okay. 3, 4 pair gives us a 1.
Alright,
Then
so
have to be one of those two. Can't be that one or that one. Or that one. Okay, that one was out of those two. Well, if it has to be one of these 3, which actually it can't be this one, then it would rule out this one. So then this is forced to be a 1. And that gives us an X-wing. So we know that in this column, it's none of those 3. That's a building. That's a 2. And this sees that.
yeah.
And this row must be there. This one makes it the top one. That being the 3 takes that 3 out. So all of those are out. That's a 2. That sees that. That sees that. Now it's one of those 2. Now we already have here, so this one, neither of those 2. This one sees those 2. This one sees those 2. Gives us an X-wing. So one of those 2 rules that out. This one sees that one. And then this X-wing takes that out. So then that has to be blue. That one can't be, so now that one is. That one can't be. Now that one has to be. That one has to be. That one has to be. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 4s. Now, oh, this would see both of those, so that's actually out.
The top one sees column 8 by diagonal. I think. Oh, no, it doesn't. I have issues following diagonals.
There's too many in that column, so I'm going to skip that column. Neither of these two, because they would see both of those. Okay. Well, in this column, it has to be one of those three. So that rules that one out. Places are 4. And it has to be one of those two. Which, these two... See that one. So that can't be it. But it's that one. That can't be it. Now
and both of the two in column 2 see the top one in column 1.
Correct. This one sees that one a little bit easier. There we go.
Yeah, it was definitely easier on that, so we could do pencil marks.
Oh, wait. I messed it all up. I should have switched over to this.
What?
Oh, see how on the right side the puzzle's not visible very well?
Oh.
And now it is. So we just solved all the puzzle with only a third of it visible.
I didn't even look at my phone.
Yeah. Because I had transitioned to this version because it was zoomed in a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
But because I can't, I'm on a single screen. I guess technically I've got my phone, but it's placed flat next to me. But yeah, it was, well. Oh well, I'll get over it. Position back to this way. Yeah. So that's the solution if you want to check, do it on your own and check it. But I guess we're just gonna move on. I will get over the fact that I messed that up completely. Eventually, sometime maybe this year. Integral of x cubed by Evan. Normal Sudoku rules apply. A pink line contains a set of consecutive digits in any order without repeats. Box borders divide a blue line into segments with the same sum. Two cells connected by a green line have a difference of at least 5. Digits in a cage sum to the indicated total. Cells joined by a black X or V sum to 10 for X or 5 for V. The puzzle includes 2 straight 2-cell pink lines and 2 straight 2-cell green lines. Okay, I think it's referring to these here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, so the pink Renban lines have to be digits in any order, so I could go like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but they don't have to be in order like that. That could go 4 there, 8 there, 6 here, make that one 7, and that one 5. And that would be a valid Renban. This X sums to 10, so maybe this is a 4 and a 6, or it could be 3 and 7, or 3 and 7 the other way around. A V sums to 5, so maybe this is a 1 and a 4. And then cages. Well, this 5, well, that sums to 5, but maybe a 9 sums to 4 and 5, or something. And then whatever the sum of these are, let's say it was 1, 2, and 3, or maybe let's do 2, 4, and 3. That's 9, so then this would sum to 9, so maybe that's 1, 2, and 6, and then this would be 9, maybe that's 1, 3, and 5, and they would all be the same sum. We don't know that it's 9, it's just we know that it's sum. And then the green line is a German whisper, so if I placed 4 here, they have to be a difference of at least 5, so 4 minus 5 is, well, negative 1, so 4 plus 5 is 9. So a 4 would force a 9, but going in the opposite direction, 9 minus 4, 5. 9 minus 5 is 4, but it has to be at least 4, so that could be 4, 3, 2, or 1, except for the 1 in the box. But yeah, alright, I think that is the rules explained with some visuals. Now let's do the puzzle. So, I guess the first thing I saw... Go ahead.
That was the first thing I saw was right there, because a 13 in 2, the minimum it can have is a 4.
And the maximum you can put on a V is a 4 paired with a 1. So 4 and 9 make 13, 4 and 1 make 5 there. I saw this red band's 5 cells long, and it has a 1 on it, so these in the middle have to be 2, 3, and 4, where the top right one isn't a 3. But that means that all of the small digits are in here. So these are 6, 7, 8, or 9. These are 1, 2, 3, and 4, where this one sees 1, 3, and 4. So that's a 2. This one's a 1. And that takes a 6 off of that.
In column 6, the 4 cage obviously is 1 and 3, and that's positionable. And the 14 cage can't be 5 and 9 because there's a 9 in the box, so it has to be 6 and 8. Which leaves 2, 7, and 5.
Um, 2, 5, and 1 is 8, which would leave a 9 to make 17. 2, 7, and 1 is 10, which would require a 7, but I can't duplicate the 7. So that's a 9. 2, 5 is 7. 7 and 6 is 13.
Well,
and
5. Oh, right. It couldn't be 5 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
2 had to be on there. Never mind.
Yep. Couldn't put a 2 in the 13, just like you couldn't put it down here.
Right. So now it's 16.
Exactly.
Well, we totally skipped that 5 cage.
Yeah. So, but that leaves 11 in these two. I don't know if that's useful yet. It's 16 over there, but I don't know if that's useful yet.
Well, 11 and 2, and it also has to be part of the 9.
So 1's removed just because it can't be 1 and 10. The 5 removes both 5 and 6. 7 and 4, 9 and 2, 3 and 8. So that's 2,
and you
7.
can't put the 9 in a 3-cell 11 cage.
Right, because 1 and 2 is 3, and 3 and 9 is 12. So that makes this 7, a 2, and a 4. Wait a second. Okay, you can never do 1. 5 and 6 is out. A 7 removes a 4. You can never do 9 here, so that removes 2. 3 removes 8. 7 removed 4, not 3. No. Yes, because that's 11.
And you can't do a 9 in a free cell 11 cage. Let's see, 4, 7, and 2 would make that 1 and 6. And 8, 3, 6, 8, 1, and 3. Yeah. No, 8, 1, and 2. Okay. So a 1 has to go in the 11 cage. Because if it's a 4, we have to get 7, and you can't do 2, 5, and 3, 4. So it has to be 1, 6. If it's 8, it has to be 1 and 2. So either way, it's 2 and 6.
Places 8 and 6 over here. 2, 6, 4, 1, and 8. Can't put a 3 and a 13. And 11 and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's a 3. And we get 1, 2, and 5. That's a 1. Neither of those are 1.
Column 4. In box 5, it's a 3, 5 pair. And then it's got an 8 left over.
Why do we... Oh, because 3 and 5. Okay. 7 there. Those sum to 10. I guess more interestingly is the 4, 6 here on this 10. 4, 9,
Well, and
7.
4 is the minimum on that run band between boxes 2 and 3. Because there's a 1 and a 3. The whole thing sees 1 and 3.
What was the whole thing that sees 1 and 3?
The run band that's between boxes 2 and 3. The entire thing sees 1, 2, and 3. So it's either 4 through 8 or 5 through 9. So 6, 7, and 8 all have to be on there. 8 has to be in the column.
Yeah, but 6 and either of those two are 7. There. So this has to be a 6 and a 4.
Well, and 8 has to be in there.
Places 8 there. 4, 7, 6, and 2. 3, 8, 9. 4, 2, and 3. That's not a 4. We don't know if that's a 4 yet. But we do need a 5.
Right.
And it's not there.
Well, and the last equal sum line has a 2 in it, so it's 14 left over.
6 pairs with 8. 9 pairs with 5. And I need 11. So you can't do 5 and another 6. So that's an 8 and a 3 to make 11. That's 10, that's 6. I need another 6, so that's 1, 5. But that's not a 1, that's not a 5. 4, 2, 4, but the 2, 4 would be removed by the 2. So that's 1, 5, 7 there.
Row 6 needs 4, 7, and 8, which can be placed.
7, 8, 4, 3, 9, 9, 6, 7, 5, and 3. That
Column 3 needs a 5.
2,
2 and 1.
9.
6 and 9.
2, 4, 7, 8. Although, where can 7 go in this column? It can't go there because it sees the 7 by Sudoku, and it can't go in either of those because of the red band. That's 7, that's 4. So 4, 5, and 9, so that's not a 5. And 6, 7, or that's 6 and that's 7. Got 8 and 9's one of those. Six, 1, 5, 2, 8, 7. Well, that one's a 3, a 4, and a 9. That's a 4, a 5, and a 9. And, well, 4 has to pair with 5, and that has to be a 2, because it can't be with 4. And 1's left over.
And that's 1.
Nice. Okay. So, this is the integral sign, x cubed dx, and
16.
I think this is just
48.
a graph of x cubed.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if the 16 is relevant. I could be wrong. And I guess I need to go back and make the blank tabs clear. X cubed by Evan. Punch my mic. That probably was unpleasant. I don't know if the 1 and the 5 are relevant, but anyway, row 6 was the solution code, so 8, 7, 6, 9, 1, 8, 6.
I was reading the comment down there. Uh-oh.
It said row 6 was wrong. That's because this is 2, 3, and 5. There we go. I apparently don't know how to read. This is kind of on the easier side of things. Very nice. And yeah, any other comments?
Yeah, I was reading that first comment, which is what made me chuckle.
Mm-hmm. And very nice. I'm going to share it with my students who have a test about integrals next week. Loved it a lot. Tiny point though, integral boundaries do not match the area, but I regard this as purely cosmetic here. The curve resembles x cubed, which is great, fantastic rendition of the subject, work of art. Yes, the boundaries are wrong. Unfortunately, having both positive and negative area would not have worked. Brownie face, but I still wanted the region some line to resemble x cubed. Regardless, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, because I was thinking the integral boundaries were
relevant.
Well, not matching up. But but I was seeing it as merely cosmetic, so just like the commenter was, so
Oh, it is interesting how get the rectangles here, but anyway. Yeah, alright, next puzzle is going to be Orbit by Gerhard, 1963. Standard Sudoku rules apply. The digits 1 through 9 appear in every row, column, and box. Orbital whispers, shown as navy blue lines. Adjacent digits along an orbital whisper line must differ by at least 8. Kroppke pairs. Digits in cells separated by a black dot are in a 2-to-1 ratio. Digits separated by a white dot are consecutive. Not all dots are necessarily given. Diagonal. Digits along a marked diagonal cannot repeat. Alright. Yeah, well, these digits have to differ by at least 8. Well, the only pair
so they're 1 and 9 by default.
Exactly, and that's going to be everywhere along here. Um, one to 2 ratio, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. Well, we can't have a 1 there. That's 2 or 8. So we can't put a... No, we could put a 4 still. We know that both of those are 2, 8. These have to be 3, 7. I think this also has to be 3 or 7. This is 2 or 8. 2, 8. 8. 2, 8. 7. 2, 8. 2, 8. There's probably a systematic way of going about that, but I didn't want to. Well, red, 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 and then freaking blue though. Blue, 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 blue.
And no repeat on the diagonal, right?
Correct. Well, I'm going to make that the red 2-8, and that's the blue 2-8. So that one's blue, that one's red. This one's blue, and that makes that blue. Red, blue, red, blue. Guess those pair to red. That pairs to red. That pairs to blue. And I guess that becomes the blue 3-7 and the red 3-7. For that, because it's got too many digits on it. This one, and all of those end up being blue. All of that ends up being red. Watch red be the low digits. Because I guessed wrong. Okay, so where's the blue 2-8 in here? Well, it's not in those two rows, and well, those two aren't 2 or 8, so that's there. Red 2 or 8 somehow ends up here. That wasn't parallel, but maybe it goes over here. Red 2-8, red 2-8, red 2-8, red 2-8. What were you gonna look at?
Row 7. The black Kropke dot, or the Kropke dot, cannot be both low if red is low.
Right. It could be. Right. Because it would have to be 3 and 4, which don't pair together.
Right. So it would have to be 4-8 or 3-6.
Yeah.
And if they're all high, if red is high, it could be 3-6 or 2-4.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't really helpful. I was just thinking of them as low.
Where's red 2-8 up here? Well, it has to be that one. What about blue 2-8 down here? It's none of those. It's not that one. Well, the blue 2-8 has to end up on there. Oh, this is the red 3-7.
Well, then I guess you can make that 2-4-8.
Yeah.
Because it's either 2-4 or 4-8.
Where's the blue 2-8 in here? Well, it's neither of those, and it's not that. What about over here? It's none of those, and it's not that one, and it's not that one. So there, we get blue 2-8. Well, it can't be the blue 1-9, so that's the blue 3-7. Red 2-8 is here. So if I look in here, where's the blue 2-8? Well, it had to be one of those two. Well, let's say it was this one. Well, that can't be the blue 1-9, and it also can't be the blue 3-7. So then this couldn't be blue 2-8. So it ends up being these two that are the blue 2-8. That's a 4. Okay, red 3-7 is going to end up here. And that's got to be 4 or 6. which I guess ends up being red 4 or 6. Red 3 7s. So that's a red 3 7. That's a red 3 7. And that's a red 3 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this is the red 4 or 6. But it can't be a 4. That's the blue 4. So that's 6. Those are 7s. That's a 2. That's a 1. That's an 8.
No.
9 and 8.
Next to the
1
7.
and 2. 2. Oh no.
Between boxes 7 and 8. Between boxes 7 and 8, the white Kropke, the 7 goes to 8, not to 2.
Yeah. You would think I would know my high digits and low digits by now.
That's why I was saying no.
And of course, I don't want to do this in any type of, like, reasonable, systematic fashion.
Why do you have a red 4 and 3?
Because I don't know how math works. 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay. 1s. Those all seem to be blue. 2s. 3s. 4s. 9s. 8s. 7s. 6s. Okay, cool. After 12 mess-ups, I got it right the first time. Alright, so this is 5 and 3, where this one isn't a 3 because of the 3 there, so 5 and 3. So I still need a 4 and a 6, which is somehow not done. 3 and 5 there, that places the 5 and the 3. And that's 4 or 6. This one would also be 4 or 6.
Row 7 is 5 and 6.
Let's see, 4, 5, and 6. It's not a 6.
No. 3, 4, 5. Well, no,
got a 3
for the
here.
row. For the row.
3, 4. Not a 3, so that's a 3 because of the 4, 5 pair. So that 3 rules it out.
4, 5, 6.
And 6. So that must be 4 and 5 because we know 6 has to be one of those two.
Box 2 is 4 and 5.
This one, 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, 6, and 3.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, not a 4. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Those aren't 3s. That's not a 4, that's not a 5. That's not a 5. And that means we can't have a 6. 4 and 3, and not a 3. This is a 6. 4, 5, 4, 6. Not a 4, 6. 5, 4, 5, 6, 4, 4, 4. Not 4. Apparently that one's a 6. That makes that a 6 and that a 6. These are gray 5s of blue 3, blue 4, 5 and a 3. First try. Alright, well now, do I grab another puzzle, or do I end early because I made like 16 simple mistakes, where it was all color-coded? I didn't even have to flip the reds for high lows and stuff. I got lucky on the high low valueness. I guess it's still really early. I want to do at least one more puzzle.
Yeah, it's only 9:16.
No, I should have. I mean, I guess I've already. Right. Done those 3 puzzles. I guess actually, what I should be doing is if we're on this tab, where we grab our last puzzle today is going to be Tie Those Thermos by Sayori. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits along a thermo must increase from the bulb end. Purple line contains a set of consecutive digits in some order. And I guess I also forgot about Logic Masters Germany, so let's actually grab that real quick for Orbit. By Gerhard. Top left to bottom right. 634, 574, 546. First try. Alright. I have the easier side of average. I mean, the coloring really helped. I'm gonna go with easy. It wasn't too difficult.
To an extent.
Yeah, I don't know. My brain hates me today. That's what I'm gonna do. First thing. Alright. Tie Those Thermos. By Sayori, normal rules apply. Digits along a thermo must increase from the bulb end. Purple line contains a set of consecutive digits in some order. Yeah, simple enough rules. Where do we even start? Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and mark those. Because they automatically result in this. Which is gonna make that red, blue, yellow, and red. So we get that automatically. Okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know why we're getting 0 from. 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6. And 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the same thing is going to end up here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But that's not a 9. It includes a 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6. And 5. Now, one thing I think is interesting is neither blue nor red has 8 or 9. So we get 8 and 9 in here. And you can never put a 9 on the thermobulb. And if 8 and 9 isn't in red, then you can't put an 8 on the thermobulb. So this has to be 8-9 pair. And, I mean, the largest this can be is a 6. But I guess the smallest it can be, well, I was about to say the smallest it can be is a 4, but that could be an 8-9 pair. But what about this? Because we're still going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is going to go all the way up to 6.
Okay, the Renban is red and blue. 8 and 9 are not on there.
Yeah.
So it's either 1 through 7 or 2 through... No. 1 through 6 or 2 through 7.
Right.
So if you look at what that thermobulb on 1, box 3 in the yellow, well, 6 has to be on the Renban. It's either a 1 or a 2. But it can't be 2 and put 1 on there, so that has to be 1. So that's 8, 9. Oh, yeah, because that's 8 and 9 on in box 1 in yellow.
And in box 2.
So yeah, so now those are 2 through 7 for the Renban.
7 has to be in red. Because it can't be in blue because the 9 was here. Because if this was a 7,
right.
It'd be 8 and 9. So that has to be a 7. Well, now what? Maybe this?
All right. Where does box 5 cell 1 go in box 4. It goes on the bottom row. Oh. Where does... Oh, no, never mind. Because it's not necessarily on the red band.
Where does... Well, I mean, we've got 9 as a possibility there. If that was 9, that would be 8, 7, and 6. Okay, is this a 9? If it was a 9, 8, 7, and 6. Well, that couldn't be an 8, because it would be a 9, but it also can't be an 8, because there's an 8 there. This can't be a 7, because that would have to be 8 or 9. Or actually, what can this be if that's a 9? It can't be 1, but it also couldn't be 7, 8, or 9. So, the fact that this is maximum 6 means that can't be 6 or 7, and you would break that. Because that would have to be a 5, but then something wouldn't connect. So 9 has to be over here. Now, well, actually, I couldn't put a 9 here either. Because again, 6, 7, 8. Well, 7, 8 is there, so you would have to look like this. But then you'd have to put 8 or 9 above the 7. And actually, if I think about this digit here, and how it relates to this, it sees the entirety of that red band. I was about to say it had to be consecutive, but that's not how thermos work.
No, but it's going to have to be higher than the entire red band.
Right. So that definitely forces a 9 off of the red band.
Right.
If there's an 8 on the red band, that would end up being a 9. But I don't think 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's not, I don't think that's broken. Although, it's also important to note that this entire red band sees all 4 of those.
Right.
So let's say it went 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that would break that one. 3, 4, 5, 6. It would break that one. 2, 3, 4, 5. It would break that. 1, 2, 3, 4 is possible, and
Leaves
so
those
is
5, 6, and 7.
And so is 5, 6, 7, and 8.
No. Oh, yeah, 8 would have to be.
Yeah, over here. But this ends up being 5, 6, 7, 8. Or 5, 6, or 9. Okay, 1 through 4, 4, 5 through 8. Those two don't overlap. If this was 5 through 8, then 4, 3, 2 and 9, 5, 6, 7, 8. But if this was 1 through 4, you'd have 5, 6, 7. And that would break that.
Right.
So, this is, as I elbow my weapon, 5, 6, 7, 8, where this one isn't 7 or 8, and this isn't an 8. But that removes 5, 6, and 7. From all of those, 4, 3, 2.
That makes the end of this little thermo a 9.
Right. 1, 9, and 5, 6. Well, I know 1 is over there. Five, 6, 7, or 8. Well, I guess this cannot be a 6, because if it was, that would have to be a 5. 4, 3, 2. But 5 and 6 would break that, so this isn't a 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 has to be on the bottom, so that's not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Row 5, you can place the 1.
Oh, because it has to be up here, so that means it's there. This is 1, 2, or 3, but it can't be a 1. 2 or 3 to be below 4. Meaning this can't be a 3, and that can't be a 4. Because that being a 3 would force a 2. And that being minimum 5 now means that can't be 5. 7, 6, 5, 4, 2. Seven, 6, 5, 4. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What are we missing? I mean, that can't be a 1. Mine's it there. 1 ends up being one of those 2. So then it's in that box. I guess it's one of those 2. So that's not a 1, and that is. Yep, 1 is one of those 2. It's got 1s and X-Wings still. Those two. It's not helpful. That's 2 through 8. That's not helpful. This one here cannot be a 4, because then it would be 4, 3, 2, which would break that.
Well, on the bulb on the column 7 thermo can't be a 7. Column 9 thermo. The bulb can't be a 7 because that would be 7, 8, 9, which would break the.
It also takes 8 out of the middle of the thermo. Break cell 1 of column 9. That's a 2, that's a 2, and that's a 1. If that's a 3, then we can still have 3 in either of those positions. That can still be a 2. mean, we get 2 in one of those 3 cells. Okay. Blue does not have both 2 and 3, because only one position can take 2 or 3. But that doesn't mean that red has to have both 2 and 3.
Okay, in box 2, the red,
Uh,
the you can't have 3 on the left because that would be put 2 on the bulb. And you can't have both 2 and oh no, that's red.
it's blue.
I'm thinking blue. Right, it's blue can't have both 2 and 3.
Now, the first digit in red cannot be 5 followed by 6, because blue has to have a 5 or a 6 in it.
Right.
And we also know that red has to have 2 or 3 in it. So I guess that also means that this cannot be a 4, because if it was, that would be 4 followed by 5 or 6, but it has to have a 2 or a 3. So this must be 2 or 3. If red has both 2 and 3,
Then blue is 4, 5, 6.
yeah. 2, 2, and 2, but then you can put 3 and 3 in there. Although I guess that would end up being 1. So one of those would be 3. But then what? You get 3 and 2. 1, 9, and 7, 8. That doesn't seem useful. This one's 2 through 7. This is just simply 3 through 9. Well, it can't be at 9. 3 through 8. This is 2 through 7.
Well, row 5, on the right half of it, you've got 2 through 6.
Mm-hmm.
But it should be able to include 7 and 8.
No, 7 and 8 are locked into the red band.
Oh, right.
If this was not a 6, then that would be 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. As long as this one on the end is not a 6. Which would leave 7, 8, 9 in the remainder. Well, that would be 7, 8, and 9 there, forcing 6 and 5. And you would have 6, 7, 8. So that would force 6 there. But then that would have to be 5. Hold on. If this is not a 6, so we get 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, but I'm saying this is not a 6 because that forces this to not be 7. Right? And would limit that to that group of 5 digits. We get 7, 8, and 9 as remainders. Then if 7, 8, and 9 forces a 6 and a 5, then we get 6, 7, 8 here, and 1, 5, and 9 here. So 6 isn't there, it has to be one of those two, I'm saying it's not that one. So that would make that a 6, but then that couldn't be a 5, because of the 5 here. But it can't be 7, because it's not allowed to be 7, because of the 8, 9 up here. So that wouldn't be allowed to be 6. Does that force this to be 6 then? Because I started from the assumption that this wasn't a 6? I believe so.
Maybe.
Because if it's not a 6, then those are grouped into 2, 3, 5, and 6.
Right.
The 7, 8, 9, of course, is a 5 here. Of course, is a 5 down there, and a 6 up here. 6 would be forced down there. If that one's not 6, then that is 6. But the Renban would force it to be 5 or 7 here. Well, you can't do 7, 8, 9, that would break that. But if you did 6 and 5, well, the 5 over here would be broken.
Right.
And since the starting assumption was this is not a 6, now it must be a 6. Five, 6, 9, 8, 6, 5. 2, 3, 4. So that's 159. Still places a 5 there. And a 6 here. But then this is 159, so this is a 7. That's a 7. That's a 7. Eight is out. 5 is out. 5 is out there, so 4 is out there. 2, 3 pair places of 4. Places of 4. 2, 3, and 8. 2, 3 places an 8. 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, and 8. That's a 5. The 5 has two options. Nine pair. 7. 5 isn't red. Well, I was kind of hoping to end before 10, but apparently that's not how math is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 8, 6, 3, 8, 7, 6, 1, 2, 4. I'm still missing something.
Yeah. Oh, the thermo that goes from box 3 down to box 5.
Oh, 7, 6, 5, 4. 2, 3 pair places a 6, places a 6. This is a 6, 7 pair. Not a 5.
2,
4.
3 pair in column 9.
9 places a 5 and a 4. And well, that box is mostly useless. Seven, 8, 5, and 9. One's not a 4 or a 1. 6, 9, 7. That's not a 4. If this was a 7, that would be an 8, and those would both be 9. So that can't be a 7. This isn't a 6. It's not enough. Eight, 9, 7, 5, and 4. That's not a 1. So two, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4. 9, 8, 6, 3. 8, 6, 4. What are we missing? I mean, it's gotta be something with these thermos here.
Right.
But I can't really wrap my head around it. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Alright, if the top of the upper one of those two. Say alright, cell 3 of box 7. If that one's a 6,
8, 9.
it's 6, 8, 9. If that's a 9, 7 and 8, then that is a 4 or 5.
2 or a 3. 1 or a 2.
Okay, and the 2 or 3 would pair with the 2, 3 in column 3, which would make a 5 at the top. Okay, yeah, that's 6, that's fine. That would be 7, 8, 9. 7. Yeah, I don't know. I got too many things in my head.
Yeah.
If that's a 6, I think I may have to see superscript in order to follow it.
6, 8, 9. 7.
Well, the the
7,
7 and the
4,
8 in the row, follow the row across. That's
8,
an 8.
7.
That's a 7.
This is 2 or 3. Pairs with that 2 or 3 to be a 5. 1 or a 9. 1 or a 9. Well, it couldn't be a 9, so that would be a 1. 5 and 1. 8 would make that 6 and 8. 6 would make that 7 and 6. Two or 4. 3 or 4.
Oh, wait a minute. Row 8. Oh, never mind. Those superscript ones were already there.
Yeah.
Because it
one or
had to
2.
be one of those two.
1, 2, 6, 8, 9, 7, and 5. That would be a 3, 4 pair. This would actually be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9. 5.
5
That
is
would end up
out.
being a 7. That would be 9. That would be 5. So this would have to be 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 3 and 4 is out. 2, 4, 5. That's still fine. 3, 3, 9, 8, 9, 8. 9, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 4. 1. Alright, well, this doesn't seem to be breaking anytime soon.
That was the most extreme one I saw.
Yeah.
The only other thing that I saw was if in column 4, if cell 8 is the 1, that makes the one below it a 6. But I didn't see that going anywhere.
Yeah. If this is a 1, that couldn't be a 1, so that couldn't be a 2, so you get a 1-2 pair there. That would end up being a 1. That would end up being a 3. 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 6. It's 5 or 8.
That would be 5, 8, or 9.
9. 5, 8, 9.
Breaks
2.
the 8, 9. Oh. Right.
There's one more digit left. This is a 7 or 9. That's a 7 or 9. What about this one? 1, 2, 6, 4. 3
Three's
would
out.
be out. 5, 7, 8, 9. Six would have to be one of those 3, but it could be any of those 3. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
What if this is a 2? 2 and 1. Make that a 3. A 5. That would have to be 4 and 2. One is one of those 2. That would end up being 1. 1, 9. That would end up being 6. 8, 9. 8, 7. 9 would be 5. Would be 1 would be 9. 7. 6, 8.
6, 7 in red would be resolved.
7 and 6. That would end up being a 3 and a 3 and a 2. 4, 2. Pair up with the 2's down there. Make that a 2. 3 would be 2. Four, five,
Box
6, 7,
7, cell 1 would be a 3.
You said this one is a 3?
Yeah, because I see 5, 6, 8, and 9 in the column.
Right. This would have to be 7.
7.
9. That checks out. 1, 4, and 5. Well, neither's a 4, so that's a 5.
No, that's a 4.
Right. Again, brain's malfunctioning.
Right, yeah.
So 1 and 5. 8, 9, 8, 9, 8. One and 2 and 6 and 3 would break that.
Okay, that was starting with the 2.
Right. So this cannot be a 2.
We eliminated 1.
Which makes this a 1-2 pair. Because where else can 2 go?
Right.
That's not a 2. Well, that being minimum 2 means none of that can be 2. That's too far up there, and this 2 eliminates it from there. So that's a 1-2 pair, taking 2 out of those. So the rest of it can't be 3 and 6.
The 2 comes out of that one that's highlighted. And come over the end, yeah.
One, 2, 3, 6 isn't super helpful. If this was 3, where would 4 go? That would be a 5-6 pair. You couldn't put 4 on the bottom.
Yeah.
And 4 is
So that
smaller
can't
than
be
both.
3.
So we know 3 is one of those two. So that's 2, that's 5, that's 4, that's 3. That's 2. 3 and 2. Apparently that's a 3. So that's a 3. 1, 2, 6, 8, 9. Places 7, 8, 9, 6, 5, 1, 5, 9, 7, 6, 8, 7, 6, 4, 7, 3, 5, 2, 1, 6, 9, 3, 2, 8, 9, 8, 9, 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 8, and 1. Alright. That ended up being harder, but I don't know how much of that was brain problems and how much of that was this area down here was complicated. Thermos. Column 7, followed by column 5. 7, 5. 9, 4. 1, 6, 3. 3, 9. 7, 2.
5, 4, 8.
R. Still very nice. This corner down here was tricky to navigate.
Right. How else was this thing rated?
Hard. Okay.
Okay.
So maybe I'm underestimating how hard it is. I mean, I guess, like, there was still some direction as to what to look at down here, because this 2, if this was a 2, then that fixed the 3 up here. If it wasn't a 2, then you get a 1-2 pair down here, and that led to stuff happening around. And then immediately after we knew the 1-2 was not, or was down here, then asking the question 3, placing a 5-6 pair there, I mean, it just finished the puzzle. It was just...
Right. Asking the right questions.
Yeah. And then I really didn't want to ask, okay, what happens if this is a 2? Because then we have to do the whole superscript thing and wander around the puzzle until it breaks. I hate doing that. It's not my favorite way of solving the puzzle, so I'm hoping that it's just because I don't know the right logic to apply there, unless it is just simply ask the question, what if this is a 2? And then seeing what happens.
Right.
Especially because the way it ended up breaking was you ended up with a group of 4 that lined up with this one, if I remember correctly.
It was one of those, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just sort of like, not my favorite solve method. Because if it isn't telegraphed, like where you're supposed to look, and then if it isn't, I mean, depending on how far down the chain it is, like, if, I don't know, it's just sort of like, I don't want to ask, I don't want to do that for too long, right? Because I don't want to accidentally solve the puzzle.
Right. Because that just feels...
It feels anticlimactic to me.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't want to guess the puzzle.
Right.
And then also, if I just happen to, like, guess correctly, then I want to know what logic I missed.
Right.
Because it's the, I mean, because that logic, that maybe I missed some piece of logic that would have helped me for future puzzles. But, anyway, that is it for today. I get some sleep. But I guess I just have an appointment tomorrow. I don't actually have to go into work, so that's nice. But yeah, I guess I want to turn the camera back on these. But then we go to talking, and then, yeah, alright, anything you want to say before we sign off, Mama?
Thanks for watching. Night night.
Yep, thanks for watching. Night night. Make sure you have liked, commented, subscribed, rung the notification bell. There's a fifth thing, share videos. Yeah, you gotta do that. But yeah, if you want more Sudoku, that'll be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you want to watch me playing Vigima games, that is Outward on Saturday at 7 a.m. And one of these days I'm going to finish up Horizon Zero Dawn. But apparently that's not anytime soon. So I will finish the game. I want to, but I don't know exactly when. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.